Howdy everybody, Steve here, KM9G. Today I'm going to show you some of the deals that are this season's Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. And we're going to kick this off with some stuff that is on Amazon as well as some stuff that is off of Amazon, and you get to pick whichever one saves you the most amount of money. In the description down below I will have links to all of this stuff if you guys want to just cheat and go straight down there and push ahead in the line. Fine by me, you do you, whatever. Sometimes there's even going to be some discount codes down there too, so you might want to go anyway. Without further ado, it's time to start rolling.
Without further ado, it's time to start running!
First up, I've got some OptiSolex 440 watt solar panels. These are in a bag and they look like they're going to be actually fairly small. Another thing that's really cool about these guys is there is a zipper down the center here, so you can have one 220 watt panels or two 440 watt panels. Just for some size references, that's the 400 watt solar panel that they have next to this dude. The ones that I have are about twice that size and weigh about 40 pounds. So I'm looking forward to reviewing these on the channel in a future video for y'all. But there you go. Two 220s or one 440, folds out pretty small, and hook it up to whatever battery. And we got some battery deals for you as well. So this is the OptiSolex 440 watt portable bag style solar panel system. Check out the link below. Looks like your Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is $300 off. That's almost 50%. Next up, it's all about power storage with the WattCycle batteries. I have a couple of these batteries on the tongue of my RV, and they are powering all the lights and all the radios in my ham shack. These guys are pretty good, and they have up to 60% off on Black Friday. And if we get rid of that, you can see the battery that they are selling in much brighter conditions. I actually have two of these connected in the front of my trailer, and I like the Bluetooth feature that they have, which tells me their state of charge and their state of balance and how much power is going in and out of them and all kinds of stuff like that. I love data. And these are normally $359.99, and they are on sale for $199.99, and I've got a discount code for you in the description down below. And then this one here is one of their door busters, up to 60% off Black Friday sale, of course. This one is $629.99 normally, and it's $399.99 now, and it's a 314 amp hour battery. This thing will keep your repeater site going for probably a week without sunlight. But we know you've got solar panels to cover when there's a problem with the big ball of fire in the sky. So be sure to check out the links down below and enter in the code YTOHR. It's written down there for you, so you don't need to memorize it. And you'll get yourself a nice fat 8% discount on top of this discount here. And just in case big, huge batteries for your repeater site or medium-sized batteries for your RV isn't what you were interested in, they also have batteries for the rest of us out here. And I saw them down at 50 amp hours, 20 amp hours, 12 amp hours, 8 amp hours. 8 amp hour would be good for a quick POTA activation at 100 watts. You make sure you get yourself about 200 contacts out of that. I got a video on that on the channel. 12 amp hour would be even better. And 20 amp hour is probably your best bet for a 100 watt radio and a lazy park activation. This is our friends over at Vatrer, and this discount code, the picture looks very similar to the last one, but the discount is even better, 65% off instead of 60% off. And this battery that they are talking about right now is actually charging up on my floor right now because it's a big battery. 300 amp hour, self-heating, and it's got a Bluetooth app for monitoring, which I like. Normally it is $1,000, and it is on sale right now for $560. I've tested out Vatrer batteries on the channel and shared them with you guys before, and they have all passed my tests. So I am happy to share this with you as well. Let's see what other kind of batteries they have. They get bigger, 600 amp hours. Okay, got it. Yep, so their portable one is 24 pounds and 100 amp hours and has that same app control and self-heating feature of its battery management system. So 65% off with the link in the description down below for you. And there is no way I could let Black Friday come and go, especially not let Cyber Monday come and go, without giving you guys a special discount on the Toads digital interface and the Toads DB6. They're going to be 15% off for the event, for the holiday. Technically it's Thanksgiving, but we don't talk about Thanksgiving anymore. It's all Black Friday sales to save you guys some money. So, of course, I'll have a link in the description down below for these guys as well, and 15% off with code BlackFriday15. just for you. These next couple deals are coming up on Amazon, and I have the inside scoop as to what the prices are going to be. So I'm filming this before Prime Day, so I don't have to get up so early in the morning and do a ton of filming for you guys. I'm going to do it, but I get to do this one ahead of time for you. This one says $10.99, but it is actually $10.59, and I have liked the Aferiy power stations that I have gotten for review in the past because they have high output DC charging. So these things are going to keep your RV afloat. They'll keep your house afloat in a storm, in a grid down situation. XT60 output 25 amps. That'll run your radio station too. And at 3,840 watt hours, it'll run it for quite a long time. This isn't the only deal they have. This is just the biggest one that they have. Next one up is the P210. And this one here features a lot of the same things in a smaller form factor. And smaller form factor means smaller watt hours. And this one is 2,048 watt hours, which is about 800 watt hours smaller. $7.99 listed here on Amazon today. And the discount price is $569. Use it like a UPS, so plug your computer into it, sit it underneath your desk, and worry no more about power outages, or even your ham radio station for that matter. They're pretty shy about the ports on this one. I'm looking for the DC out on this one, and the port is all covered up on the screen. It's got 16 of them, whatever they happen to be. DC output times 2, XT60 times 1. So your XT60 is going to be your high output DC port, but it doesn't really tell you what the output actually is. Yeah, even in the description it says 1 XT60. XT60 itself is good for 60 amps, the connector, but that doesn't mean you have to be shoving 60 amps out of it in order to use it. Well, I guess if you're going to trust somebody on YouTube, you should probably trust this guy right here, and he did a review on this power station, and it does have high output DC because he hooked up a Yaesu 857 to it and made some 100 watt radio noise with it. I'd take his word for it. Next up is the 2800 watt, the P280, which is an upgraded version of the P210, and this one is actually cheaper than the P210 and packs a little bit more of a punch because they're saying 2800 watts, 2048 watt hours. 2048 watt hours is the same amount of watt hours, but it's 2800 instead of 2400 as the power draw, power available. And this one here on the image, I can see it right away. It actually says 12 volts, 25 amps right here. But that's why the case looks the same and everything else looks pretty good. We've got a 30 amp RV plug on the side. We got 4 20 amp plugs. I'm sure that 30 amp RV plug isn't actually 30 amps of output. And then it has a connector here that's going to allow you to add extra battery capacity to this thing. So it's listed at $750 here, and the Amazon Prime Day event pricing is $689. So it's slightly less of a discount, but slightly more of an output. There you go. That is our friends over at Aferiy, and there will be links in the description down below for these guys as well. This next sale comes from Locutus of Ham, and he told me not to tell anybody, and then he went ahead and put it on his website anyway, so I think it's fair game to share this with you guys right now. This is a Black Friday sale on his Performance Z arrays, and this is his Performance Z array where you can take one of your favorite bands, where you can run one antenna as a driven element and one as a blocker to shut off all the noise behind you, flip a switch and shut off all the noise in front of you and go that way instead, or you can run both of them together and get a nice broadside pattern with a little bit of gain for you. Check out the link in the description for his 20% off site-wide sale for Black Friday. And this one actually starts on 11/22, and if you're watching this the day it comes out, then it's 11/20. So a little bit of patience, get you a good 20% off on this guy here. But don't tell him I told you, because apparently he told me not to tell you and then told anybody anyway. Mr. Gendron, one of us. This one here is my friends over at Radioddity, and they have a lot of stuff going on. Some of the stuff has been going on all month, and if you have been to the website, then you have seen it. November 1st through November 30th is the $1 raffle. November 3rd through November 16th, so it's actually already over, free radio for your friend giveaway. November 7th through November 19th, missed this one too, member exclusive 20% off discount. Unless you remember, then you got the heads up privately in your email box. November 10th through the 29th, now we've got one where we all can participate, the mystery boxes. November 11th we missed, mobile radio flash sale. You got to keep on top of this guy's website. November 14th, HF radio flash sale. November 17th, handheld radio flash sale. And then back to deals that we can do. November 21st, shortwave radio outlet. And November 24th is outdoor savings. So be sure to check back to Radioddity.com often and use code TO15, TO15 for $15 off. Now, before we go away from talking about how awesome Radioddity is, let's talk about how awesome Radioddity is for sponsoring a giveaway on this channel. Monday night, November 24th, on the Ham Nuggets live stream, we're going to give away a bunch of radios thanks to our friends over at Radioddity. One of you guys is going to get a Zygu G106 portable QRP mini radio. And I did a review on this radio a long time ago when it first came out, and it did pretty darn well. It's a QRP radio, but it punches well above the 5 watts that QRP is supposed to be. Don't tell anybody you get an extra power when you're calling QRP. They might not believe you. And if one radio wasn't good enough for a giveaway, how about 5 more? You guys get your choice of a GS10B. This is Radioddity's new 8-watt handheld radio, and it has dual PTT, color display, USB-C, and most importantly, Bluetooth app programming. And if you don't like this one here, then they have the UV25 Plus, and this one here features 10 watts instead of 8 watts and 3 bands. So you get to pick whether you want the GS10B or the UV25 Plus when you win. Be sure you're tuned in to Ham Nuggets Monday night, November 24th, when we do the giveaways. And these prizes here will get to ship to US, EU, UK, Canada, Australia, MX. MX is a new country for me, and New Zealand. I guess MX is Mexico? I've never used it that way before. Awesome. Well, this image style is just what everybody in the battery industry is doing, and I have really come to enjoy Redodo batteries since I started working with them about 4 years ago now. And they do a pretty good deal on their batteries for Black Friday, 60% off November 3rd through November 19th, and that's the early bird. It gets better. Let's get this out of the way. 60% between November 3rd and November 19th. We just said all that. They have 30-day price protection, so if their price is any lower 30 days after you buy it, you get to get a little bit of a refund there. You get an automatic 8% off of selected models and accessories, and sometimes they'll even kick a little freebie inside of your order. Magnet, stickers, more surprises. It's pretty cool. If you are a member, you get an additional 8% off, double reward points, and an extra 10% discount when sharing with a friend. And then site-wide, 8% off on November 28th and December 1st, which is Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Black Friday prices right now, $170 for a 100 amp hour battery, $459 for a 165 amp hour battery. This one here has a heater built into it, so you don't have to worry about charging up when it's too cold or having it be too cold to discharge. 100 amp hour battery for $208, 165 for $299. All right, so this one up here that was more expensive has 1200 cold cranking amps, which is not normal for a lithium iron phosphate battery. That's normally stuff you'd find in lead acid batteries, and usually only 600, 700 cold cranking amps. So down here you get one that's just a battery without the cold cranking amps feature, and you save yourself some coin. Final price $299. 300 amp hour battery for $474, or golf cart battery for $845. Looks like it comes with a charger and Bluetooth app. So links in the description down below for Redodo. Power Queen is another one of my favorites, and they're doing up to 60% off on that page. And there's another one that says up to 58% off, but you can't just go by the percentage number. 65% off of a higher price doesn't necessarily beat 58% off of a lower price. So got to do some research, got to do some homework, and then you'll know what's going on. Black Friday, buy 4, get 1 free. Nice. I wonder if that applies, because they have some of the smaller batteries here too. Yeah, it looks like their smallest battery is 45 amp hours, but you could get 4 of those, and that would be a fantastic one for every day of the week, all-day POTA event. And they're doing a kind of a preheat, warm-up, main event, wrap-up type deal. So from November 5th to November 19th, you guys already missed it. They were doing a sale. Their main event is November 20th today through December 1st, and then their wrap-up is December 1st through December 7th. So be sure to keep coming back for more deals as the season progresses on. Black Friday battery sale, 58% off, 48-hour flash sale during the preheat stage, which we all missed. Lucky Wheel automatic discount codes from Spins. Buy battery, get 1 free. Black Friday day only, so be sure you are setting a reminder in your calendar for that. Spend $500, get 5% off additional. Spend $800, get 6% off additional. Spend $1,000, get 8% off additional. And my code, Living10, still applies, gets you 10% off. Pretty cool stuff. Check out the links in the description below. My friends over at Gable Radio wanted to get in on the Black Friday action as well, and they shared with me their deals page. And they told me not to tell you about these things until the date that they came out. But I think that we're friends here, and I can give you some of this stuff as a heads up. So be sure to mark your calendars for when these things come out. This one here is their GRA SMA 24, and this is a dual band 2 meter 70 centimeter super elastic. Sound familiar? Super elastic signal stick knockoff. And you can get it as a lightning deal starting on Sunday, November 23rd at 8:20 a.m. Pacific time. And their lightning deals only run for a limited amount of time, so you got to kind of keep coming back to the site. This one runs from 8:20 a.m. to 8:20 p.m. The next deal they have up is their GRA ULT-01, ULT for Ultimate, because this is the ultimate tripod. It comes with a 3/8 24 mount. It comes with an SO239 mount. It comes with a tripod that will pretty happily support a 17-foot whip, or if you guy it out, a 25-foot whip and a 35-foot whip, 34-foot whip, whatever the size is. But you got to be careful the higher the whip goes, because there's a lot of weight in the air. Unless you're using their new carbon fiber antennas, which do not appear to be part of the sale deal, but they are a lot of fun to play with. This one starts Tuesday, November 25th, and runs from 7:55 a.m. to 7:55 p.m. This one here, the CB connector adapter, it takes a 3/8 24 antenna and connects it to an SO239 mount. I have one of these things. It's like 2 pounds of solid metal. It is a honkin' product. This one runs Sunday, November 30th, 10:05 a.m. to 10:05 p.m. Pacific time. And then they have an inline choke with what looks to be a female SO239 on one end and a male PL259 on the other. So it'll go right in the middle of your coax cable and not mess up your adapter ends. Unlock optimal antenna performance. And what this does is it stops common mode current from getting back into your shack and stops the shield of your coax from being a counterpoise for your vertical antenna or your end-fed antennas. This one's going to be on sale Sunday, November 30th from 11:05 a.m. to 11:05 p.m. So don't get there at 11. Get there at 11:05. Get that discount. And this one here is one of my favorite compact sliding coil vertical antennas. And it has laser engravings. I have the SO239 version, but they're telling me that the 3/8 24 is the more popular one. And this one here is good with just the sliding coil down to 40 meters, and if you add in the fixed coil on top of that, you can get it down into the 80 meter range. It comes with a stainless steel whip on top and the connector end of your choice. And I've had lots of great luck with this. I like the way that it packs up nice and compact. This one starts Monday, December 1st, 4:10 a.m. Get up early to 4:10 p.m. Probably by 4:10 p.m. they're all going to be sold out. But just wanted to share the Gable deals with you, and there will be links in the description down below. I'm going to keep saying that. I want you to go down below and get all the savings. This is where we get to keep my friends over at Retevis honest. They're telling me what their discounts are going to be ahead of time, and I'm seeing some discounts on the page right now. Are we going to beat these? Are we not going to beat these? So be sure you click through the links down below to find out what the actual price is. I'm recording this ahead of time because they told me what the deal was going to be. This is the Retevis RT85, and it is a 2 meter, 70 centimeter handheld, and it's made for preppers or field operators or first responders. Currently at $27.99, they are telling me that it has a 30% discount. So I'm not sure if it's going to change or not change. Take a look and let me know. Next up, we have the Retevis MA150 watt dual band. This radio right here is responsible for my first ever 2 meter POTA activation. I was actually really surprised. If you want to do 2 meter POTA activation, call on a local repeater, ask them to QSY to a simplex frequency, and then make the contact there. You can drum up business on the repeater because a lot of people are listening to repeaters. Call on the national calling frequency. Make your contact right there because that's a simplex call, and that counts for POTA. But I don't know that many people are just going to be spinning the VFO on FM 2 meters and hoping to hear some local contact. So you gotta kind of drum up some business on your own for that one. This one's currently $264.49, and this is business pricing. Get yourself an Amazon business account. There's discounts there. And the MA1 is going to be 20% off for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Next up is the Retevis A3. And this is one of those love to hate radios because it has a lot of features that I would really love, and it has a lot of things that I really don't like about it. So be sure you're subscribed to the channel to see my review when it comes out. But for a quad band radio that can do CW, $89.99 is nothing to sneeze at. I would like to see some of the features in this radio make it into some of the other radios. But this one here is also made by our friends over at Quanshang. If you take a look at the screen, that looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? So there might be some hacking coming out on this radio in the future. I can't promise anything, but it might be. And $90 for a 4-band handheld is not bad. You also get double antennas for transmit, and you get one of those Wonderbar AM reception antennas. And mine actually wasn't 4-band, it was 5-band after I unlocked it. So I got $220 out of it also. And the discount for that, it's saying $89.99 here. The discount is 20% off is what they're telling me you're going to get. So keep them honest. This one here looks a lot like the Quanchang because it's a Quanchang in Retevis clothing. They put some stickers on it. Makes it go faster. The RA79, upgrade for the UV5R third. Okay. So this is going to be your UVK56, I think is what this is. But I don't really understand some of their naming conventions. If you get in early, there is a 20% off coupon. If you click the link, click the checkbox, and then you can save an additional 10% with the brand promotion that's on the screen. And then you can save 5% if you get 2 specific items. So there's just stacking savings. You might wind up having this radio owe you some money back after you buy it, give you some change. But they're telling me 20% off is the discount that you're going to see on top of this. So some of these here might go away, and some of that business pricing might change if you don't have a business account. So keep them honest, folks. Links in the description down below. This one here is my favorite radio. I've personally messed with quite a few of these radios. If you've been following the channel, it does the thing. Sometimes it comes locked to the wrong region, and you give it a 3-finger salute when you turn it on, and you can change the region. Not a very good scanner, but it's a ham radio, not a scanner. They also claim somewhere in the, it might not even be on this page, but somewhere in the documentation that it's a 25-watt radio, and I've never seen one of these get above 20 watts. Right now it's $123.50, and they are telling me 20% off is going to be your Black Friday deal on this one. And this is the one that comes with the antenna. You get a 2-meter mag mount antenna, a mounting bracket that some of the big-name high-dollar radios don't come with, and a programming cable. When you go to the website to download the programming software, or when you go to use Chirp, you need to tell it that you use the Vox model of radio. This is a rebranded Anytone. It is a pretty clean radio, pretty fun radio to hack on, and I've hacked mine like crazy. So you can't beat the price for $120. You get a 20-watt mobile radio. Not bad at all. Next up, we have the HS4 10-meter radio, and I've done a review on this one as well, and I'm going to start hacking on this one here too, because I think we can get this radio to do 10-meter FT8, 10-meter digital modes with the Toads digital interface. By the way, 15% off on that guy too. Let's see, HS4, and they're looking at 20% off as their Black Friday deal. This is the Ilon's H1 DMR radio, dual band, 2-way with GPS, and digital and analog APRS. I've never done APRS over DMR, but you can do it through your hotspot if you wanted to. And the H1 is going to be 20% off also. Next up, the HA1 UV. This is their rugged dual band UHF VHF radio, and 20% off. So is it going to beat $51? I've done a couple of repairs on these radios, and they have been pretty good, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. What I found out was there was some firmware hiccups, and then doing the firmware upgrade also presented some hiccups, but then once you got through it, you were good to go. And that's the same thing with the HA1G, which looks very much the same, but the word on the street is that if you hack the HA1G into a UV, UHF VHF radio instead, that the programming software for the G model is better than the programming software is for the UV model. And the HA1G and the HA1UV are both 20% off on Black Friday. And then the HD2. The HD2 is a rugged DMR radio, and this one here comes in with a 20% discount for you on Black Friday as well. But then there's all of these coupons down here. So maybe the $10 off coupon and the 10% off with the brand promotion and the 5% off on 2 select items if you wanted to get this and an analog radio or this and a GMRS radio, you might wind up doing better than the Black Friday deal. I don't know. One last thing, our friends over at Retevis are also sponsoring a giveaway, and we've got 3 radios to give away from Retevis. So be sure you are tuned in to Monday night's live stream, November 24th, Ham Nuggets, on this channel at 7 p.m. Central to participate in the giveaway. We've got an RA89, which I believe is a GMRS mobile. We've got an HA1UV, which I just showed you guys is a ruggedized, waterproof, 2 meter, 70 centimeter handheld, and the RT3S, which I think is a DMR radio. But stay tuned to Monday Night's Nuggets to find out when we're going to do the giveaway and to find out more about these radios. That wraps it up for this video, but I am going to have some more deals for you throughout the day. There's plenty in this one already. Be sure and check the links in the description down below. There are links on Amazon, there are links off Amazon, and there are discount codes for you. Like all that fancy hand jive stuff going on there. Really showing up for work today, aren't I? Ring the bell next to the subscribe button. I think you got to hit the subscribe button first, but that doesn't hurt anything either. Doesn't cost you any money, and will hopefully, if you got all your YouTube notifications turned on in all the right locations, give you a notification when the next deals video comes out for you. I think you have to have the mobile app installed on your phone, be logged into it, and have notifications turned on in order for you to actually get YouTube notifications. Otherwise, I think you got to go to the bell. I don't know where it is. It's around there somewhere on the top bar of YouTube on the right side of the search. You'll see a bell up there with a little red indicator, but who does that? I want my notifications forced upon me. That's why I have it on my cell phone. So I will see you in the next deals video in an hour or two. Thanks for being awesome.